So a lot of people are excited about Dragonite coming back in Pokemon Sword and Shield because of the combination of heavy duty boots, which means it doesn't take stealth rock damage, its multi-scale ability, which means when it's at full HP, it takes less from attacks, and the fact that it has access now to dual wing beat. Now I think that while that does make offensive Dragonite a lot better, defensive and tank, well basically tank support Dragonite is so good in my opinion, right? Because it deals with one of the scariest Pokemon out there, one of the best Pokemon out there, and that's Heatran. Dragonite is the perfect Heatran answer, especially where there is no HP Ice and it has Earthquake to deal with it. So in this live, I'll be showing you just how good defensive Dragonite really is. Yo, what's up guys? You got Pokegame here. Today we're going to be using this defensive Dragonite team, special defensive rather, it's a balance with like Scarf, Spectrier as well as Choice Band or Shifu, and then it has some cool stuff like Protective Pad Swampert. That way you don't have to worry about Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet and all that stuff, and you can just flip turn around. Shout out to PKS for the team. If you guys would like to use it, check out my website down below, PokegameMedia.com. And of course, at any point, if you enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe. I'm on my way to 300,000 by the end of the year. I know that's kind of like, yo dude, you're not going to make that. You need about 50K to get there, right? But who knows? You help me out by subscribing. If you do enjoy, feel free to. We're pretty high up on the ladder. We're above 1800 if I'm not mistaken. Just played a game with this team where I set it up to win with Spectrier at the end, which I ended up doing. But I decided not to show it off just because the first game was about 100 turns, because it was hard balance versus hard balance, and I was like, forget it. I mean, it's a cool game, but maybe the replay saved. But this is cool because we have Dragonite to deal with Landorus, Dragonite to deal with Cinderace, Dragonite to deal with Jirachi potentially, and still also annoy the hell out of Pokemon like Zarude. Clefable helps me deal with Buzzwole. Zarude is also dealt with by Clefable. I can Spectrier them endgame because they have one Ghost Resist. I mean, it's a good Ghost Resist. And yeah, I'm excited because T-Spike are also really, really good in this game. So, speaking about good T-Spike are in this game, I'm just going to start off with my Toxapex. I think that getting them up makes a lot of sense as they end up leading off with Cinderace. And if they go for the Zen Headbutt, whatever, I'll go out to Physically Defensive Swampert. If they U-turn, they take Rocky Helmet. And that Rocky Helmet's actually very important because that chip may put it in range of Earthquake from my my Pokemon. So, the cool thing about here is that if Feeny wants to, it might be Whirlpool. Okay, I would say if Feeny wants to defog, it has to, it gets rid of its Misty Terrain so I can burn it. But I don't want them to be Whirlpool, so what I'm going to do is actually go Swampert here. Because I can flip turn out if they are, as they end up going for Calm Mind. Not as worried about this set in particular, just because I do have an Unaware Clefable here. I hate Unaware Clefable, I really do. But I do have Unaware Clefable, so it can just threaten it with Moonblast. Ooh, that is very offensive Tapu Fini. That is very, very offensive. That's good though, because Urshifu can knock it out in a hit if worse comes to worse. And I'm good with potentially Tapu Fini going down. They're not doing, well, I'm not doing too much damage to them, to be fair, but they're not going to be doing too much to me overall. I hate to let Clefable go down because it deals with Zarude as well, but I feel like Dragonite can do the exact same thing. So what I'm going to do here is just Moonblast repeatedly. I'm glad that they went for Taunt there as well, because my Moonblast is going to be doing some good damage, and I can attempt to 1v1 them as well. If possible. But what I'm actually going to do here is, especially because I got a crit and a special attack drop, I'm going to switch out, save my Clefable to potentially heal on Buzzwole, and go out to Toxapex because they take Rocky Helmet if they go for the Drainicus. And that T-Spike is going to be awesome for Zarude. Well, specifically Buzzwole. But that doesn't matter at all. They can't 1v1 me with Misty Terrain off and the fact that I could get a burn as well on them. Or a potential burn. Maybe they can't 1v1 me just because of the damage they're doing there, but who knows. They'll have to taunt at a point as well. We get a nice little burn there. So, clutch burn. Trying to decide how I want to play versus this Pokemon. If I Scald them, if I Haze, it does a little bit for me. I'll Scald them again. I don't care if they Surf. I'm going to save Toxapex by switching out, obviously. It's just a little bit unfortunate that I'm going to have to sack Clefable. But yeah, that's completely fine for me because that lets Urshifu get the kill. You attack where they can't defend. They do not like Urshifu at all. They go Buzzwole and it takes the Toxic Spike, which is what I want. So I'm just gonna Moonblast there as they Draining Kiss me. I'm glad that Tapu Fini's gone. This means that, well, they do have potentially Defog on Landorus and Court Change on Cinderace. Shouldn't matter, and that opens up Dragonite a lot because Dragonite Ice Beam Earthquake looks very, very good versus my opponent's team. And again, we attack where they are least likely to be able to deal with me. So I bring out my Urshifu, and what I'm going to do is actually click CC, because I don't care about laners coming in, because I have a Dragonite, and close combat says, hey Zarude, watch out, okay? Don't come in immediately. As they end up making the Landers plan. This is where we have defensive Dragonite right here, the tank. Ooh, nice defog. I'm gonna Earthquake because their Steel type should be their initial response, I would say. As Jirachi takes absolutely nothing from that, but that's okay because that looks to be really defensive Jirachi, and I can get up rocks with my Swampert as they body slam there. I'm very worried about Zarude. I'm gonna flip turn here. I'm surprised they opted to rock in front of me, but I'll still go for a T-Spike here because it'll help out my Buzzle. And this is the mon I was a little bit worried about, Zarude. But I believe that Dragonite can 1v1 it, even if it's bulk up jungle healing, because they don't do that much to me because of my multi-scale ability. And I mean, I don't do that much back. Oh my god, Dragonite said, hey, I'm gonna freeze you immediately and not care. Now they do end up jungle healing there, so again, this is gonna be a little bit annoying for me. But because I'm at multi-scale, Dragonite just does not care. I'm gonna keep hitting it. Gonna keep hitting them there. If they jungle heal, they'll die. I'm gonna make the Pex play. If they do end up going for the jungle healing here, great play. But otherwise, they want to die to Rocky Helmet. And what I want to do is, because I'm pretty sure that's Scarf Landers, the way it was played, I want to be able to roost on that. So yeah, awesome. They do crit me. I mean, I got a freeze, so I'm not gonna complain at all. But Cinderace comes out, and I do have a defensive Swampert as they go for Zen Headbutt. High Jump Kick is annoying as well, but we'll just Earthquake here. If they want to go Lando, it's better for me. If they go hard into Jirachi on an Earthquake, wow, that's a crazy play, my friend. But yeah, I did my job with Dragonite, and all I got to do is go Spectre here because they can't body slam me. And I'd probably win the game with Shadow Ball at this point, depending on their Cinderace set. I believe the only thing this thing can go for that can knock me out, I do have Sucker Punch on Cinderace, so I want to keep that in mind, is Earthquake or Knockoff. Ooh, okay. Well then, we're going to make a series of a few plays right here. I'm going to make the Toxapex play now on what I'm expecting to be Buzzwole. I actually should have made the Toxapex play initially, but I mean, this works out either way because I can switch out on potentially Earthquake. Yeah, boy. I know they have Ice Punch too, but okay, so they're guaranteed fast. All right, that's good to know. I wasn't 100% sure, but Hex definitely knocks them out. Cinderace does not appreciate this attack, no matter what, and I always make the Toxapex play. They're gonna try and sweep me with Landers, but it's not gonna happen. It's definitely not about to happen. I don't think they have. Okay, I'm gonna double here, just in case they do have Sucker Punch. Because if they do, they would save this for Spectre because Spectre is a threat. But then again, they might think they just win the game immediately. So I'm gonna just Sucker. Let me just Sucker. Because if I get a hit off on Landers, I win the game as well. So, yep, I should win the game right now just by Sucker Punching them. My Shadow Ball sweep. It doesn't matter if they switch out the Buzzwole there because I had Hex. Go right for the Scarf Hex, knock out Landers. So Dragonite's role, like I said, was to weaken the Jirachi and also check Zarude. Now Zarude was definitely a little bit shaky. Their Combine Tapu Fini, I probably shouldn't have sat Clef. That was definitely a misplay on my part. I guess they're trying to lock themselves in a knockoff, but I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I'm Scarf, so I didn't go for Shadow Ball last time because I wasn't sure on the roll. Good game. So nice. Good start. Dragonite didn't do too much in that first game, but who knows? Ooh. Okay, so Dragonite's role in this game is honestly not that important. Like, it's not the greatest in this game, I'll be honest. Double Fairy. Oh god, this dude. Oh wait, I'm playing the people who invite their entire friends. This is the same guys from yesterday. Oh, what time am I playing it? Oh yeah, it's late. These guys are always up at this time. So in theory, I just lose to Nidoking. That's what this game looks like. So I have to make sure I have Pokemon in that never lose to Nidoking, and it also looks like I'm going to try and win the game with Spectrier, regardless of them having Urshifu. So I got to make sure that I never lose to Nidoking. But my play here is just a flip turn. I have the protective pad, so I'm not going to be taking Iron Bars. Yeah. That's so funny. I love the way that works. As I get power up initially, and I'm going to Scald here. Main reason I'm scalding is because if they go Nidoking, I want to punish them. If they go out into, if they stay in, I want to make sure that I can burn them, or potentially burn them. Not make sure, but potentially burn them, obviously. I'll make the Urshifu play. If they knock off, so be it. Otherwise, I think they go for Stealth Rock, exactly. And I really just want a Poison Jab because they have Tapu Fini. I'm going to go for that in front of them. Hey, leave a like if you like that Poison Jab. So, did some beautiful damage there. And now we're in a position where we have to make sure we don't lose to Nidoking. So I'm going to go Swampert as they Draining Kiss, which is still a fair play, I think. Let me see if they let me get off a taunt. I'm surprised. Is this always going to say protective pads came up? Like, they learned. They learned initially. It's okay. They learned initially, so it's fine. Again, this is going to be a little bit annoying of a mon to deal with, that's for sure. But I want to be in a position where my Urshifu where I can just keep clicking buttons. So that's like my bad, bro. That's just tough, man. That is just tough. Especially because I'm just gonna click Choice Band Close Combat here. Thank you. Does that make you feel better? Wait, thank you sounds so weird, but like, yeah. So like, oh, I'm glad they went Magearna first. Unless there's Scarf. Well, if there are Scarf, they're not gonna take this. But yo, that Magearna took too much. Is that actually Scarf? You don't exist. Good. You do not exist. And I'm really grateful that I got the hit off of Magearna because, funnily enough, I'm almost poised to win with Dragonite. Can actually do a lot of work. Like, I'm almost in a position with Dragonite. Huh. I don't want them to double out to Nidoking here. So I'm actually, well, forget Dragonite. Forget Dragonite actually winning. I'm going to go, yo, I took nothing from that Life Orb hit. Bro, my boy took 0 from that hit. That's amazing. Holy crap, man. Dude, that's so sick. You see Dragonite tank that? That's the power of heavy duty boots and multi-scale. But hey, guys, leave a like. You gotta leave a like for that, man. That's insane. Tapu Fini comes out. Oh, I forgot this was in my flip turn one. Yeah, Calm Mind makes sense. How much did I do before with Poison Jab did 59. So a flip turn here. They are most likely taunt. Okay. I hate to do this because I don't want to lose to Urshifu in the endgame by doing this, but I'm just going to Moonblast spam. Again, me being unaware actually helps in this situation. I just got to make sure that their Fini isn't above or out of range, or in range rather, is in range rather of my attack. So I hate that they get so much out of that, but as long as I keep Moonblasting, and I get the special attack drop, so I mean that doesn't matter from this case, I guess. Also, if they go Ferrothorn, it's good. It's annoying because they have a Nidoking, which is very, very, very good versus me. So I'm just gonna keep clicking attacks right here as they go Nidoking. I'm good with Nidoking taking one hit. I'm good with Nidoking taking one hit, and this is where I sack Swampert. So you get Inner Shifu and get my kill. Now, if they sub up, holy crap. They subbed up there. Oof, that's a wrap, bros. From this position, I have no reason to not click Close Combat. It's very strong, and I doubt they stay in. Actually, I don't have to click that, because I have Physically Defensive Unaware Clef. So I just click Wicked Blow here, for sure. They're going to sack Magearna. But to at least ensure that, yeah, my endgame's coming really quickly towards Shadow Ball. So that's great. Urshifu comes out. Pex is my play of choice. They may U-turn out to Nidoking, but I have Dragonite as a mid-ground. As they Wicked Blow initially. Pex is only here to take that hit. I have no reason to recover or go Clefable because, again, Pex was only here to potentially tank that hit. So we're just going to stall. And once again, be in a position where we can do some damage. So I think that Spectrier is the strongest in this position. It just clicks Shadow Ball. Doesn't really care what my opponent brings out. Or Shifu gets 2-KO'd. Hopefully Ferrothorn. I don't know if Ferrothorn is 2-KO'd, but Nidoking dies to every attack from Clefable, so Clefable is actually in a position to win too. So once I sack something, that way Clefable can't come in, I'm good. Oh, that did 30. That's a solid 2-hit kill. No leftovers here. Let's go. So we get rid of that Mon. Beautiful. Obviously your Shifu is going to come out. At this point, I think Dragonite is a sack. And then it ends up not being the sack because they ended up going for Sucker Punch. So from this position, I can double out into Urshifu. As they Wicked Blow there. Oh, okay. So this is a... Are they adamant or not? Because, like, I mean, whatever. Like, I'll risk the speed tie because Clefable lived a hit and got a kill guaranteed after. So that's why I went for that speed tie there. Don't want to give Tapu Fini an option to a way of setting up. So what I'm going to do is go Clef on the Healing Wish. And all I got to do is spam Moonblast versus Fini. I know I'm unaware, so I know how much I do to them. And then Poison Jab into whatever attack knocks them out too, so I'm good. Oh, and I get a crit too, but I don't think... Well, the drop definitely matters, because again, I'm unaware. So, well, that drop doesn't matter here, but it matters for later, is what I was trying to say. Oh, God, they're doing no damage. They're going to do no damage to me, but yeah, it doesn't matter. From this position, I just go out to Urshifu and win. And again, Dragonite didn't really have too much of a role in this game, because it doesn't have to worry about defense. But the fact that it took nothing from Draco, man, that's Life Orb Draco, is insane to me. Okay, so even if they're Life Orb Sucker Punch, they'll die to Life Orb Recoil. So I just go for Jab here. Big game, buddy. And now to be sniped by the rest of his crew like I was the other night. So let's go ahead and look for another game, and we'll be sniped by the rest of whoever that group is for the second night in a row. I'll pause it, guys, actually, until we find one. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so we got another game, and Dragonite is here to deal with Heatran. So I'm glad. We got it going on. So... Spectre is a giant threat to my team. Specs in general is just super strong. So I have to be very careful about that. Hey, have fun. Game plan is to burn Toxapex, that way I can hex them and stuff for years. Appreciate you. So yeah, this is gonna be tough, but I definitely think I use Urshifu to my advantage plus T-Spike. So I'm gonna try my best to do that, but also I'm gonna try and Skull Burn them too. Buzz was annoying. Spectre is very, very annoying. I like Swampert early though because I can kind of threaten things with Earthquakes and throw those off immediately. That's exactly what I'm going to do on this Toxapex. Like, I don't care what they switch out into. I think Earthquake is great. If I can manage to get a status move on Buzzwole, that's going to open up my Urshifu a lot. This is 47. Not enough. So this is a turn where I could potentially crit them, so I'm just going to go for it. Like, I see nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, I saw absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I don't mind getting up rocks here. I don't care if they glare. Sub doesn't really matter to me either, because my Clefable will not lose to them 1v1. I'm unaware, so they can't even boost. Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. Let me bring out Dragonite now to say, hey, stay the hell back. Watch out. More Earthquake. See how they initially play versus this Pokemon. Nice. An Earthquake again as Buzzwole comes out. And this is a mon I expect to kind of... I mean, I have a Clef that can come in too. I'm gonna double Earthquake. See how they react to this Pokemon, because I don't want them to predict Clef and go out to like Heatran. Exactly. Hey guys, leave a like for that Earthquake. You gotta leave a like for that Earthquake right there. You have to. That's a Dominance Earthquake. You gotta leave a like for that Earthquake, guys. If you haven't already left a like, leave a like. It's Dragonite tank, Dragonite doing it. So they can double again, but I don't personally care. So as long as I don't let Spectre get a sub, I can beat them with my own. Like, my own looks really good now too. So I'll make the Pex play here, potentially getting up a Toxic Spike if possible. I kind of want to just Earthquake again because I have a Toxic Pex. I'm gonna Earthquake again. Screw it. Like, if they Ice Punch me, I'm not gonna die, and I don't want them going back out of Toxic Pex to try and recover on me. And they may go Spectre here, yeah. So they roost there. That's fine. So at least I know what they did that turn. And now I can start Skull Burning to be very annoying, because they have no Skull Burn immunity. And if they freeze me, that doesn't matter. Just gonna go for Scald. Like I said, getting a burn off on Spectrier can change the game. And my Dragonite being a multi-scale means even if they're Nasty Plot Spectrier and get like +4, because I'm sassy nature with the multi-scale, with the heavy duty boots, we do not have to matter. We don't have to care. So again, every bit of damage on this mon is gonna matter too. I don't want them knocking me off from that position, so I'd rather Earthquake here to knock them out. And what we can do is actually Toxic, because that hits Mandibuzz or Buzzwole upon switching, which made the most sense, I think, as potential switch-ins there. And at this point, we just absorb the Toxic Spike with our Toxapex. Mandibuzz being on that timer is going to make such a big difference, and we get free Scalds here too. If they want to recover, that's fine. They didn't, which is actually pretty big. I don't know how strong Hex is versus Mandibuzz. I'm assuming it's fully special defensive, but like my Hex is looking very good to endgame them. Zygarde comes out. I have a Clefable. As they go Spectrier. Okay, yeah, I thought they sub. I'll flip turn here. Getting my own Spectrier. And I'm gonna make an aggressive play here and go Urshifu, expecting them to want to go Mandibuzz, because I'm about to make some plays. I basically want to force them to not come in later. I don't care if they double out to their own Spectrier. I'm going for close combat here. I don't care about that double, or like what play they made in response. I just want to make sure that Mandibuzz take damage. That's what I want to do. And very similarly, no, I can still do the exact same thing later. I like Swampert because Swampert lets me potentially Toxic them. And I can flip turn out on their Mandibuzz as well. And this also deals with a double to Spectrier too. So again, I'm going for that Hex endgame, but I also have my Dragonite low-key to piss things off. Then they're going for Drain Punch there. I'm gonna flip turn. Because I don't think they'll let me Toxic them, because that'll hurt me with Urshifu. That'll hurt them rather. And if they go out into Mandibuzz, oh my gosh, the flip turn damage plus the alright, that works too. Not necessarily, but it's not what I wanted to see. But it is what it is. I think at worst they Earthquake, but if they give me this Pokemon, they'll lose to Urshifu. So I'm gonna go for the Hex here, as it does a good chunk to, hopefully it does a good chunk to Mandibuzz. They could just go Toxapex as a mid-ground as well. I don't want to double though, just in case they Drain Punch as well. So I should have Aromatherapy, honestly. That para is a little scary, but we'll see. If I was Nasty Plot here, I won. If I was Nasty Plot Hex, I win. But I'm not, so I don't wanna play like I am. And if these rocks are annoying, I'll defog them, because I can easily do that with Dragonite. And then actually, I should have defogged them already. Doesn't misplays on my part. Yeah, so we'll Dragonite here. Gonna Ice Beam once as I freeze Toxapex, which is pretty big because it forces them to go for Scald here. Oh, they actually thawed, so that's good. We'll defog away the rocks, that way my my Spectrier doesn't have to care at all, and my Dragonite doesn't have to care either. They should go Buzzwole, but if they recover, I don't care at all. Like, again, I'm going to get back up rocks to Swampert, so that doesn't matter too much in this game. Or I'll attempt to get up rocks to Swampert. They know I have a Toxapex, man. I just want to be careful versus this thing, like this mon. I want to be careful with what I let in. So the best play is to go Swampert, so that way they can't double out Spectrier and get a sub. But I mean, from this position, Scald is so free. Like, just Scald is so good, and I get the burn on Spectrier, which is very important. Because they can go for their Nasty Plot, they can go for whatever. I shouldn't die here. I also shouldn't risk this, but because I beat these two with Clefable, I guess I will. Yep, that's fine. Give them Swampert now. They're at 17, which is great. Just gonna Hex once more. Doesn't let Toxapex come in. Again, this mon is what's gonna be doing the most for me. If they go Mandibuzz, so be it. That hexes so much, man. And now I know it does 23, and you're like, what the hell? That doesn't even look like that much. But now it lets me roost in their face. So Spectre can never, like, it can sub, but I get my multi-scale back, which is very important because in game this can take a hit from every Pokemon on their team. It doesn't matter if they get +4, like I said. And because they have no more rocks, it's basically like I'm playing a game with. It's almost like I'm playing a game with what's it called? With heavy duty boots. I'm sorry, I forgot the wording I was trying to say there. Okay, you can go ahead and recover there if you want. Let's go ahead and get a young Pex here. I like the idea of getting a potential T-Spike and basically going back and forth between this and Dragonite for a little bit. Not letting Mandibuzz recover is important too. And they only have knockoff, so I don't have to worry too much about that. And I absorb the T-Spike, so I'll definitely live +2. Like, that's for sure Shadow Ball. Even without Multi-Scale. I know I'll live +2 Shadow Ball. I might even live +3 Shadow Ball. I'm pretty sure I will. I'm going to Ice Beam here because that turn they shouldn't let me double back out of Toxapex and keep up my T-Spike. And we're going to Earthquake on their Roost as they can hit flying types when they roost. And I'll go Toxapex because, I mean, they're going to go their own Toxapex, so it doesn't really matter. But I want them to go Pex. Once I get in Urshifu, we're good. Okay, so route to Dragonite we go now. If they Nasty Plot up, Dragonite lives and I knock him out with Earthquake. So we'll be able to show off Dragonite just a little bit more. That was a crit, by the way. Insane that was 45% from a Spectrier. Insane, right? Oh, they shouldn't have let me do that. They're going to do less now. Are they going to do less? I think they're going to do less. Isn't that how that works? I could be wrong. I know they're trying to bring back in Pex to absorb T-Spike. This game's going to be a little bit longer, guys. I'm sorry. From this position. I can get in Urshifu and do work, but it's not my strongest play. So I'll just get a T-Spike every... Ooh. We have a physically defensive Dragonite right here that do not care. Honestly, it's better to go Clefable because I want them to think they can beat me 1v1. I want them to think they can beat me 1v1. I mean, they need some insane luck to beat me because I'm unaware, and then even with that, I'm good. Always Dragonite here. If they Nasty Plot, so be it. Let's see if they let me kill them. Nice. 29, by the way, guys, at +2. So go ahead and give me Spectre. That one's gone. Giant Threat gone. Just gonna start Ice Beaming randomly. Like, just throwing it out every other turn because I don't care about that mod at all. Ooh, they doubled. Good double, good double. I'm glad they kept that mod nice and low for me. This is where my opponent attempts to Zygarde me. I like the fact that their Zygarde's taking damage. Also, I like the fact that my Clefable does not know it's paralyzed. They're going to 1,000 arrows into Underwear Clefable right now. And it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. And Dragonite got out. He ran on a double. It knocked out Spectrier. It walled Mandibuzz and Toxapex. And it walled Zygarde. Hey. I'm also... Yeah. I was expecting some dual wing. Yeah. We tank Knight. GG. I mean, he knows we tank Knight, obviously, bro. It's crazy. No, he left. But yeah, so we end today's video, guys, at 1867. So not even bad. I'm really glad that, like, I know this last battle was like almost, it was about 13 minutes long, right? It was 13 minutes long, but even from this position, I couldn't lose this mon. And it was just a matter, like, if they gave me Zygarde, it was just a matter of time before I got a burn on their Toxapex with Scald. Because they would try and switch back and forth. Or got an Urshifu in a position where top spikes are up. and it forces a kill on something. So yeah, I do hope you guys all enjoyed. I know, like I said, I wanted to use a tankier version of Dragonite. I wanted to see how well it did, and I just like the fact that we took that hit so well. I gotta know the calc on that. I gotta know what the actual calc is, but I think if you guys stuck through it, the Heatran double was really clean, man. It was really clean to call it. So I would have doubled the Heatran there myself, which is why I expected it. Calm, careful, doesn't really matter. Ability, multi-skill. I gotta know if that was max special attack, because Spectrier +2, Shadow Ball. Oh, that was max special attack. Yo! Wait, does it live +6? Yo, it takes nothing. That's just a little taste of Dragonite. If you guys did enjoy this Showdown Live, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'm obviously not going to be using bulky teams every single time, but I just wanted to show off, you know, an alternative to Dragonite. And I've actually used this Dragonite set exactly on in National Dex as well, if I'm not mistaken, recently. So, again, hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you did. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.